Hi y'all, welcome back to another video. So since I will be making press-on nails today, I need to get my stand all together. So I'm putting some tape here, taking off this little red piece, and then I'm going to attach the nails I'll be using. Technically, these are the Opre Gel X extension tips that you use with gel, but I like to use these for press-ons. These are the Natural Square Medium. I know it's a long name, but everything has its purpose. Once I get these on here, I like to do just a little bit of shaping for prep. So I like to take this little piece off because I hate looking at it as I'm doing my design, and plus I want to make sure things aren't lopsided. I'm going to get rid of the dust now because we don't want this caught on our gel polish, messing up our design, and now I can get these ready for polish. You can actually prep these multiple ways. Today I am going to be using the Gruyere Tip Sand. This is similar to the Opre Gel X Prep, and in my opinion, this actually smells like a Starburst, or Skittles even, but something very fruity and candy-like. But it pretty much does the same thing. It creates some chemical etching here so that your gel polish can have something to grip onto. So what I'm doing is just scrubbing this into the tip, moving in different directions. So going from side to side, up and down. But of course, if you don't have this product, that's fine. You can buff the nail or you can apply a base gel. You have quite a few different options here. You could just do which one works best for you, but I would recommend at least doing one of those methods so that you can reuse your press-ons, and when you go to pick them up out of your drawer or wherever you store them, the design is still there, not chipping off. All of the nails except for the thumb are going to have the same base color, so I'm going to go ahead and do the thumb first. I'm taking this deep dark brown shade. This is from the Divock Quiet Core collection, which I did unbox in my last video. You can check that out here. I'm going to do one layer of this, and then I'm going to use a different polish. This is from the Yogurt Nail Korea Bridal Shower collection. I have bragged, ranted, and raved about this color so much, but I'm going to use this as my base color on the other nails. I have been liking doing designs where each finger has its own thing going on because it gives me the opportunity to try out some new techniques and things that I've seen on social media. So let me know what you think of this in the comments down below. So I decided to go in with some more coats. I did want to add one more thin layer of the brown shade, and then I'm going to go in and add 2 more layers for the nude nails. And the reason why I'm going to do 3 coats because it is a slightly sheer syrup gel, but I don't want to be able to see my natural nails under my press-ons. If you are going to be building up your layers, please be sure to do a full cure in between each one and not a flash cure. And when I say full cure, I mean in your big lamp for at least 60 seconds or whatever the back of the bottle states. So the thing is, it's going to come down to personal preference and what you want to see. I like to use the press-on nail stand as a reference point. So if I can see a lot of that white of the stand underneath the press-on, I'm like, I need another layer, which is why you see me doing a third here. And I want to stop and show you the difference between 2 and 3 coats in case you were wondering. Since this set has about 3 different designs going on, I am going to break the stand apart so I can work on similar designs at the same time. Before I get started drawing my French tips, I am going to take some acetone and a paper towel to wipe away that sticky layer just so that my brush can glide freely across the nail and not pull and tug. You can buff the nail or apply a matte top gel, but really I felt like this was just the easier thing to do today. So I'm taking this thin liner brush. This is from Sweetie Nail Supply, and I'm making sure to saturate it in the color, but I'm wiping off any excess because I don't want the color falling off the brush. And then I'm just going to go from side to side until my smile line looks the way I want it to. Now I know that's probably not the most helpful but let me tell you, I am pretty messy with my French tips. So if I go outside of the smile line, I like to just clean everything up with a flat brush. So for smaller mistakes, I like to use a skinny brush just like this one. Basically, I dip it in alcohol and then I'll just curve it around the nail. But if you are just like, this is making me impatient, I don't have time for this, I would recommend a wider brush like this one. I basically just curve this and clean up my smile line so it looks the way I want it to. Just use this to do majority of the work. I will link a similar brush in the description box down below. So once I have my French tip down, I am going to fill in that empty space. So for the small corners that I can't reach with the brush from the polish bottle, I am going to just fill them in with my liner brush. And And then once I'm done, I'm going to do a full cure. I always like to go in and do a second layer of polish on top of my French tips just to make sure everything has an even pigment across the board. When you apply the second layer, it's much easier because basically all you're doing is like coloring inside the lines. And once again, if you mess up, that's okay, because you can see that's exactly what I did. I'm just going to take that brush again, dip it in some alcohol, and clean up my smile line before I cure. So I'm taking this color here. This is an ivory and not a white. And I'm taking this dotting tool here and I'm going to create these polka dots. So when you do this, I recommend you starting in the middle and then working your way to one side and coming back and working to the other. And if you are someone who's super visual like me, do 2 dots and then you're going to alternate sides. So really it's like every other side has a dot. So think of it going from left, right, left, right, left, right. Also, if you're going to be doing French tips, make sure you take your polka dots to the side because you don't want this empty solid space there and the design doesn't look completed. So here's what it looks like. That was pretty easy, so let's go ahead and cure it. And while it's curing, I'm gonna do polka dots on the thumb. This time, instead of doing French tips, I'm gonna do it on the entirety of the nail. I'm just making sure that the polka dots are not in a straight line. You wanna make sure they're kind of zigzagging. I feel like that gives it the best optical illusion. And it was very easy for me to do. You basically just tap the nail. And if you so happen to mess up, it's okay, it's not cured yet. Just take a flat brush and alcohol and just wipe it away and redo it. Make sure though you get the sides as well as the top and then go ahead and do your full cure. Here are what my polka dot nails look like right now. I think they're so cute. But another thing I really wanted to try is the Bangle nail trend. So I decided to do it in this set as well. This may be a little confusing, but I just wanted to try both designs so bad. And I was like, we can pair polka dots and gold. Why not? We do that all the time. So I'm going to be taking this product here, which is a clay. It's the Yogo Milk Jam, and roll it into this little worm-like shape. And I want to be very clear here. Do not do this without your gloves on. I have seen people who do it without their gloves. It is very risky because keep in mind, this is still a gel product and gel products should not touch your skin because you can develop an allergy to gel, which will be lifelong. If it sticks to your gloves, because sometimes clays can do that, that's fine. Just switch your gloves out. It may be annoying, but having a lifelong allergy is also very annoying. So please wear your gloves. It is not worth the risk to not do so. But anyway, what I'm doing is I create 2 bangles on the nail, making sure to leave space. And as you can see, I just wrapped it around and I'm cutting off the sides with my spatula to make sure that it's just not excess product chilling everywhere. Once I get it on the nail, you do have to cure this in a lamp for 60 seconds. Now I'm going to be taking a no wipe top gel and a thin liner brush and covering the clay with that no wipe top gel. This is because I'm going to be applying a gold chrome on top of it. However, if you put the gold chrome directly onto the clay, it's going to give more of a grainy finish and I want it to be shiny. To apply the gold chrome, I am going to be using this tool here. I'm doing my best to try to get it only on those little 3D angles. However, I didn't apply a matte top gel or buff the nail because I don't like trying to put my 3D clays on a matte surface because sometimes it doesn't stick fully. So that means the chrome got everywhere. That's fine. It's easy to clean up. I'm taking a flat brush and alcohol to do so. And there is going to be a little bit of chrome powder left behind, and that's fine because basically I'm just going to cover it up with my little stones anyway, so I didn't care too much. But if you are more particular, you can spend a little bit more time on this step. Now I'm taking some Ivy Fix gel and I'm going to place this in between the 2 bangles so I can lay down my stones. And then I'm going to be taking some rhinestones and placing them side by side. So at first I didn't know what design I wanted to do, but the more I looked at it like this, I was like, this ain't given. So I took some gold caviar beads and placed them in between each rhinestone to give it more of a bezel look. You know how when you look at like a tennis bracelet, you can kind of see the bezels? I felt like that would make more sense. And then I'm gonna put a little bit more Ivy Fix gel underneath the bottom bangle because I decided I wanted a little bit more gold here. I'm adding these like gold rhinestones is what I'm gonna call them, but they're really not rhinestones. They look like little steel balls. Like, hold on, let me zoom in so you can see exactly what I mean. I like them, so I thought that'd be cute. It looks like a little, you know, chain. So I'm gonna go ahead and cure that one, and we're gonna do the second bangle nail. I'm gonna switch this up a little bit. So we're gonna wrap this around on the nail, one a little bit down from the top and one slightly underneath it. But this time for this bottom bangle, I'm gonna split it in half. You have seen the Tiffany lock bangle, which I am obsessed with. It is like half gold and half rhinestone. And because I have been eyeing this so bad right now, I was like, let me make something a little bit similar. And then I was like, I don't really like the look of this. It looks much cuter on the bracelet in real life. So I decided to remove the rhinestones, place them in between the two bangles instead. Now I'm gonna take those like steel, like flat back stones and place them on the other half. I actually really like the bangle nail trend because you can really see someone's personality shine through. Everyone's so unique, so you'll see different rhinestone types, chain links, very cool. But I'm also really into seeing real life jewelry stacks, so bracelets, rings, it's just my thing. So if you have one, you can post it in the community tab because we do have that now. But once I get this done, I decided that I did want another row underneath the bottom bangle. And I decided to put those gold stones above the first gold bangle, just so that it's not clashing with the bottom half of the last bangle, basically. So here what our bangle nails are looking like. Because we use that Ivy Fix gel to attach the stones, we do need to do a full cure. Last but never least, I am going to apply a glossy top gel to all of the nails, including the ones with the bangles, because I do not want those gold pieces to lose their color. And here are what the nails look like all done. So I really enjoyed making this set. Let me know what you think of it in the comments down below. Should we do more like this with the different designs in one set? If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, then make sure you do so on your way out. But in the meantime, I will see you in one of these videos here.